Here's an interesting one. Spitfire Premium Kentish Ale. Recently, my liquor store got rid of, well, they're clearing out Young's Double Chocolate Stout and a couple other beers to make way for new stock. This and the Erdinger Dunkel that I reviewed earlier were two of the ones that I saw new on the shelf. The first thing, of course, that attracted me was the shape of the bottle. The bottle, of course, is kind of clear, so that was a bit disheartening, but I thought I'd give it a try. Why the hell not? Yeah, so anyway, this is apparently Britain's oldest brewer. 1698 is when they started, and it's, as I said, Spitfire Kentish Ale from Shepherd Neame. I don't really know how to pronounce that. They call it the Bottle of Britain because it was brewed in 1990 to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the Battle of Britain, which was fought over Kent. Okay, so I'll just read from the bottle here. The beer is named after the legendary aircraft designed by R.J. Mitchell. The versatility of the aircraft and the courage of its pilots were essential to victory and were a key symbol of the spirit of that time. Although our award-winning advertising and fundraising activities for veterans, charities, that spirit lives on. So yeah, Premium Spitfire Kentish Ale. The bottle, if you turn it upside down, actually sort of looks like a Nazi potato masher, which is kind of ironic. Okay, so I'll just pour the rest of it in here. I already had it poured. I started this review and I had to digress and go back. I had to think a bit more on this. Okay, so to I wouldn't say the untrained nose, because I'm not going to sit here and claim that I'm a big fucking beer expert, but say the unexperienced nose, the initial smell would smell skunky to most people. I'm going to smell it now. It does sort of remind one of skunkiness, but it isn't skunky. It's a very malty, sort of floral smell. There's little hints of toffee and caramel in there, just minor, but for the most part it's a very sort of a aromatic, sort of spicy smell. Okay, and as you can see, it's sort of a very dark copper color. Amber, basically. You don't split hairs, whatever. Nice head. That was about the size of the head when I first poured it. Just a sort of a decent head that stays. It stays pretty good, at least for an attractive looking beer. Okay, so I'm going to take a taste now. It's 4.5% alcohol. Now, Spitfire has a very unique taste. I have never tasted a beer that is this bitter. This is probably the most bitter dry beer I have ever tasted in my life. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm going to use another description here, and it's going to sound bad, but it isn't bad. When I drink it, okay, it starts out, you get sort of the spicy, bitter hops. There's maybe a little bit of citrus in there, but it's mostly a very sort of a spicy kind of hops flavor when you start out. But that quickly dissolves, and you're left with a very, very bitter taste that really sits on your tongue. Very sort of a heavy, bitter taste. It's akin to, say you took a piece of charcoal from a barbecue that had cooled down and you stuck it in your mouth and sucked on it. Now, I know that sounds really horrible. That initially is going to make most people go, what the fuck? I'm not tasting this shit at all. But hear me out. If you've ever tasted Guinness, you know Guinness has a very sort of dark roasted, burnt kind of flavor to it. This is like that. except it's far more pronounced. It's sort of a very heavy kind of Guinness bitterness to it. It's very good. I really like it. I didn't think, from my description it sounds like it's horrible, but it's actually really quite good. Like I said, I've never tasted anything this bitter before. As far as beer goes, I've never tasted a beer like this before. It's really quite nice. Yeah. Now, I probably wouldn't drink several of these in a row because that tastes like Guinness. If you have too many of those in a row, it just gets a bit overpowering. But one or two of these, especially if you're going to have it with food, the bitterness would be a nice contrast to something like spicy pasta, or perhaps some sort of meat dish, something like that. Maybe. I'm not quite sure, but that's just what comes to mind. Anyway, yeah. Shepherd Neame Premium Spitfire Kentish Ale, the bottle of Britain. I'd have to give this about a 4 out of 5, actually. It isn't, the bitterness in it isn't for everyone. It's probably going to turn a lot of people off. It is quite bitter, but if you're a fan of really bitter ales, this is definitely one to check out. It's probably not the best one out there, but it's definitely got a unique taste. I've never tasted another bitter ale that has been this bitter. It's really quite exceptional. So the Shepherd Neame Premium Spitfire Kentish Ale, the bottle of Britain, 4 out of 5, worth checking out.